Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome to Ask the Gaps Chef, Monica Corrado. That is me. Welcome. It's Tuesday at 11:30, and I'm here every Tuesday. Yes, at 11:30 in the morning to answer your questions. And so today, just a couple things. One, I'm not a medical doctor. That means I can't prescribe anything. I can't tell you anything's going to heal anything. None of my statements have been approved by the FDA, etc., etc. However, I am a certified GAPS practitioner. I am the GAPS chef, meaning I'm on Dr. Natasha's teaching team, teaching practitioners and coaches and really anyone else that wants to know how to cook GAPS style so that you can heal with the GAPS diet. So my website, simplybeingwell.com. Again, Monica Corrado. Please do use the page. Do tag me if you are going to, if you want some input on anything you put on the page. And I will visit the page at least once a day, trying to answer your questions. Just another quick thing for everyone, which is this. When your cases, that sounds terrible, when your symptoms are really complicated, and even if they're not, you may really benefit from working with a certified GAPS practitioner or a certified GAPS coach. Coaches really help you implement the diet. Practitioners help you figure out what's going on a little bit more in depth. So I really offer that. I do take clients. I don't have a lot of space in my client calendar right now, but I do meet with people and take clients and give them plans specific to their symptoms, if that would be helpful to you. All right, so let's get started. I want to say hello to people. Thank you. Okay, we have Fatsy Ali, we have Alejandra, we have Veronica, we have hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hello, good to see you. Yes, good to see you, Veronica. Hello, Amina. Hello, Leonie. Thank you so much. I'm having a good week. Just got back from a 4-day retreat. Oh, yeah, I really needed it. And I hope I'm looking a little more rested. I don't know. Hello, Lena. Good to have you. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Charisse. Hello, Carol. Hello, Carol Carpinelli. Hello, Nicole. Hello. You're welcome. You're welcome for this. Hi. Hello, Niska. Good to have you, Niska. Good morning from Montana. Excellent. Good morning from Colorado. Good morning to the whole world. All of you, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy to have you. So glad you're with me. I do want to start with just one small thing that someone posted on our page or on the page. And that is about amalgam fillings. Mercury amalgams, so amalgam fillings, heavy metal. I just want to talk a little bit about that today because there was a question from someone. I think it's the middle of the night for them or something. I don't know. But I want to go ahead and address that. And then whatever else comes up for you, I'm happy to talk about. Okay. So here's what we know. Hello, Kanie. I think that is your name. I hope I said it right. And if I'm butchering your names, people, I really apologize. I'm doing my best over here, but know that you're welcome, and we're happy that you're here. Okay, so let's talk about mercury amalgams in your teeth. Let's talk about heavy metals. Let's talk about fillings, right? Fillings. So this question came up. Sorry, I've got a scratchy, froggy throat. Hold on, let's get some water. Okay. All right. I'll do my best. Okay, so this question came up actually in, I don't know if it was the Certified GAPS Practitioner training or the Certified GAPS Coach training last week, talking about the role of mercury amalgams oil pulling, detoxification, things like that. So all of you know that I really try to encourage you or to emphasize one of the points that Dr. Natasha makes over and over and over again, which is all of us must be running a detoxification protocol alongside the nutrition. So I'm going to say it again. We all need to be running a detox protocol alongside the nutrition. It's not enough for us to just be eating well. I mean, it's great. We love it. It's wonderful. We're happy that you're doing these things, meat stock and ferments and kefir and cultured cream and all these wonderful things. But it's really important to support the body and support the body's detoxification while you implement the GAPS diet. So please, 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 everyone, you know I did a Facebook Live a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago now, on the 5 types of detox baths. If you haven't seen it, please go back and check it out. It should be in the description. Please watch about detox baths. Detox baths are just one thing you can do to detoxify. So detoxification is really important to do so we support our bodies as it goes through the GAPS diet. Hello, Angela. Thank you. Yes, I am well. Hello, Muna. Hello, Kristen. Okay, so all of the detoxification protocols are certainly in this book. And there are other detoxification protocols in this book, right? Please look at them and implement them. If you have questions about them, ask me on this call, or on this Facebook Live, or ask on the page. Please do use the detox methods in order to support your body as it detoxifies, which it will do when you do what? When you take out foods that feed pathogens. We call that die off. Yeah, they die off. You need to help get them out. That's detoxing, right? Yeah. And also when we add in meat stock, or we add in egg yolks, raw egg yolks, we will have die off, and we want to support the body in its detoxification efforts. All right, so that's the backdrop. That's the backdrop, one piece of the backdrop to what do I do about my mercury fillings? What do I do about the amalgams in my mouth? All right, so, and what's the connection between those amalgams and yeast overgrowth? So let's get started. So we know that mercury amalgams in your mouth are leaching heavy metals into your body, leaching it into your blood. Heavy metals are leaching into your brain. Heavy metals are leaching into your blood. Heavy metals are leaching into your brain. So Dr. Natasha really suggests that at an appropriate time, if you're trying to heal and you're trying to execute the GAPS diet, then what do we want to do? We want to take those mercury amalgams out. We want to remove them from our teeth. We want to work with what's called a biological dentist. We just don't go to any dentist, because those any dentists were the ones who put the mercury in your mouth to begin with, thinking it was fine. No judgment. Okay. So you want to go to a biological dentist, that's what they're called, and you want to have those mercury amalgams, those fillings in your teeth removed. Usually you're going to remove them one at a time, because there's always a risk of the mercury of the person not doing a good job and the mercury going into your system. And so you having a very strong response to that amalgam being removed. And so you need to detoxify. So you want to support your body going into having them removed. And then you want to do a detoxification protocol after everyone is removed, until finally all of them are removed. Now, if, this is again from Dr. Natasha, or shall we say, when we have mercury amalgams in our mouth, when we have mercury fillings in our mouth and our teeth, we will never, I don't like to say never. Let's put it this way. It will be very difficult for you to regain the microbial balance in your body to clear yeast specifically from your body if you continue to have mercury fillings in your mouth. Why? Because yeast is in your body to help protect your brain from the mercury and those fillings. So, just a small thought for everyone. If you're doing the GAPS diet and it didn't occur to you that you should have your amalgams removed at some point, and we'll talk about that in a moment, you don't just all run out and get it done tomorrow, because your body may not be able to handle the detox that happens when they're taken out, right? So, and your body may also not be able to handle the yeast die-off when you take them out. So we're just watching. Everything in the body happens kind of, I always think of it like a mobile, like one of those mobiles that you hang from the ceiling that have parts, and every time you touch one part, something else moves. So that's this whole issue with yeast and heavy metals and balancing the microbes. So again, one more time of feeling, if you have a yeast overgrowth issue and you've been on the GAPS diet for a while, 2 years, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 18 months, whatever, and you're still having issues with yeast, but you have not addressed the amalgams in your mouth, you may want to go there, because it's highly unlikely that you will ever get rid of the yeast until and unless you get rid of the heavy metals in your mouth. Okay? All right. We got a lot of thumbs up. I love that. Excellent. And again, yes, you want to be careful that you find a biological dentist. You want to talk to your friends, colleagues, coworkers, people. You want to get on the Weston A. Price, Weston, W-E-S-T-O-N, aprice.org website for local chapters. You want to find your local chapter and ask them, who do they know that does a good job with biological dentistry, or a good biological dentist that takes out mercury amalgams, that has a good reputation in doing it well. Okay, so you want to look at that. So one of the questions was, should I be oil pulling when I have amalgams in my mouth? It's a very good question, and I don't have a straight answer for you. Here's how I work with it. Oil pulling, which I don't know, I hope everybody is familiar with, you may not be, but oil pulling is when you put coconut oil or olive oil or a combination of them in your mouth, and you swish it around for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then you spit it out after that time, and the oils actually pull toxins out of the body through the mouth, if you will. So my concern has always been, if you oil pull often, like you do 20 or 30 minutes and you do it every day and you have mercury amalgams, is that releasing mercury into your system? And even if you say to me, well, I spit it out. Yeah, but you're not spitting it out instantly as fast as it gets into the oil, are you? I don't think you can, possibly. So really just think about it. If you have mercury amalgams, whether or not you feel comfortable oil pulling. I personally, this is Monica talking. This is not Dr. Natasha talking. It's not my CGP colleagues, whatever. I personally don't feel comfortable with that. So feel it out, whether or not you think oil pulling would be good for you. If you have mercury amalgams, I personally do not suggest it. for those reasons, because what do? Oil pulls toxins. So I have heard of people using oil pulling and doing it aggressively 2 or 3 times a day. They had mercury amalgams. They literally dislodged their amalgams. What do you do with that? So I love oil pulling. I think it's a great idea. I think it's great for people once they don't have amalgams in their mouth. That's, again, the word according to Monica. This is not the word according to Dr. Natasha or my GAPS, certified GAPS practitioner colleagues. They may have different experiences, etc. All right, so again, one more time with feeling, I really want to emphasize that connection between heavy metals and yeast. Heavy metals and yeast are connected. That means that if you have heavy metals in your body will invite yeast in to grow, to protect you and your brain and your nervous system from heavy metals. This is another reason why in GAPS we do not aggressively go after candida. We do not aggressively go after anything, frankly, because the GAPS diet is all about balance. Grasapa. Balance, balance, balance. And once we start taking out the foods that feed pathogens, which is what the diet does, and putting in the foods that heal and seal, putting in the foods that regrow, rebalance that microbiome, the beneficial bacteria, the beneficial yeast. When you do that over time, things really start balancing out. And over time, your body may be strong enough. You've cleared all your digestive issues. You do not have constipation. You do not have diarrhea, right? You've had lots of really good organ meats. You're good on the fats, meaning you're having lots of healthy animal fats, good pastured butter, good ghee, olive oil that's never heated, etc., etc., etc. You're having good amounts of fat. 4 tablespoons, 6 tablespoons, 8 tablespoons additional for adults per day in the beginning. Why? Because we're really depleted, right? Then you can think about having your mercury amalgams taken out. And then you do a detox protocol again with chlorella and with, or maybe not chlorella. I just want to bring up here, I am not a practitioner that works with the Andy Cutler chelation protocol. If you want to do that, if you want to do a heavy metal chelation, I suggest 2 things. 1, make sure all your digestive symptoms are already cleared. Make sure you do not have constipation or diarrhea. Certainly constipation, toxins just recirculating in the body. Make sure that you are really strong. So you've done lots of organ meats, and that you work with a practitioner, whoever they are, certified GAPS practitioner, a CGP that is very well versed in that or another chelation protocol. Chelation should not happen until you've been on the GAPS diet for at least a year, maybe 2, maybe longer. So really important, folks. We do not want to start a very, very strong, intense, heavy metal chelation protocol at the beginning of GAPS. No. Work the diet. Get your meat stock up, get the nutrient-dense foods in there, get to a place where you can eat a cup or a cup and a half or more of fermented foods every day with no problem, no bloating, no diarrhea, no die-off, right? Get your fats up, start feeling really, really good. Yeah? And then see which microbes still need a little bit of balancing. Okay? I hope that was helpful. One of our members put up something about, what do I do about my mercury amalgams? Yeah, you can right now do things like have the GAP shake, which has raw egg whites, which are heavy metal chelators. But again, I would work the diet, meaning I would be having lots of meat stock, I would be having lots of ferments, I would be having lots of fats, I would be having lots of cultured dairy, I would have lots of egg yolks and eggs, I would have organ meats, all those good things for a very, very long time. I would allow the body to come to get balance for a year, 2 years. Really, folks, this is not about let's rush through and get off this diet. Well, at least not for me. I encouraged you to allow the diet to peel away the layers and to get the layer after layer of healing done. Layer after layer of healing done. Dr. Natasha has a beautiful thing in the blue book. She has it under healing. And I really hope that you all take a moment. It's on page 386. Whenever you get discouraged, and I know a lot of you, either you have very, very difficult symptoms, or you've been on this journey for a long time and you just found gaps, or maybe you're tired or you're discouraged or whatever about your progress, go back to the blue book, go back to 386 and read what Dr. Natasha says about healing. The healer you have been looking for is your own courage to know and love yourself completely. And then she talks about healing goes through stages. It's like peeling an onion. Please understand that your body heals itself. Direct quote. It is your own body that heals itself, not the doctor, not the diet, not the medicine or the supplements. It's the body coming into balance. Isn't that beautiful? So I really encourage you to take a look. I think everyone on GAP should read that little passage, 386 to 388 in the blue book, Healing. And then read a little bit more about the stress house. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. All right. So that's what I've got so far. I see questions coming in. I hope that was helpful to people. I hope it wasn't too confusing. Let me know and we can move on. Let's see who came in. Okay, so, and just for people who are new to this Facebook Live, I see a lot of new names. Welcome. I will teach a little bit. I will share something from GAPS. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's 20 minutes. Sometimes it's longer. A teaching that I hope is helpful to you on your journey implementing this beautiful nutritional protocol. And then we'll take questions. Good, good. Hello. Okay. Hello, Lee. Lee is with us. Hello, Roseanne. Hello, Hawo Mohammed. Hello. Hello, Meg. Hello, Jane. Okay. This is a very long name, but you're welcome. Umusu Maya. Did I do okay? I hope so. Welcome. Hello, Lena. Lena says, be careful, everyone. Right after starting GAPS. That's the first issue. I would suggest you don't go right after starting, but right after starting GAPS, I went to a biological, quote unquote, dentist, and he definitely was not legit. I'm sorry about that. Hello, Roseanne. Hi, Monica from Aurora. Hello, Aurora, Colorado, down the road. Please remind me where I can get your recommendations to detox after swimming in a chlorinated swimming pool. Okay, good. Pardon me. Let me get some of this here. Or would you please let me know what my kids can do to detox after swimming in a public pool? Great. All right, let's do that right now. I'm not sure I've written that down anywhere, Roseanne, so thank you for the question. The first thing chlorine is a problem. I mean, I'm a swimmer, folks. I was a competitive swimmer for many, many years. Many years just diving in that chlorinated water, 5 in the morning. Oh my goodness. So chlorine is difficult because chlorine is a gas, and in the sun, the chlorine, Dr. Natasha talks about how you just breathe it in. So not only are you breathing in the chlorine, which is problematic, but you're also absorbing it through the pores, through your pores. So what does chlorine do? It kills microbes. Why do they add it to the water? To kill the microbes. So swimming in chlorinated water is difficult, challenging when you're on GAPS. Why? Because it's destroying the biome, the microbiome, the biome, right? The living ecosystem of microbes on your skin. If you open your eyes, it's destroying it in your eyes. If you gulp any in by accident or otherwise, or through your nose or mouth, down it goes into the digestive tract. So chlorine is challenging. I really encourage everyone to either swim in a lake, swim in the ocean, swim in a river, swim somewhere natural. That's what Dr. Natasha would suggest. Swim in a pool that's a saltwater pool. Swim in a pool that is, golly gee, they use things like copper also to clean water in pools. Anyway, if you can't do any of that, I'm just suggesting, this is the Cadillac, right? We're always talking about what's the best thing to do and then what do we do otherwise. And so if you can't do that and the children are swimming in chlorinated pools, one of the things the first thing I'd suggest is if your child has a lot of health issues, this may or may not be you, Roseanne, but anyone on this live or who watches it. If your child has a lot of health issues and you're really working to heal that gut, I would not put them in a chlorinated pool, ever. Or at least while you're on GAPS for 2-3 years, whatever it is. That's my first thing. I just want to put that out there. So what could you do? Number one. So it's not really about, it is about detoxing, but it's more about killing off good bacteria. Sterilizing your children. So one of the things I would suggest would be to close off the pores of the body, the skin. And so how do you do that? You grease them up. I know the pool won't really like that very much, but you would. So you want to grease them up with coconut oil or tallow and coconut oil. You want to cover the skin so that the water, the chlorine doesn't get in. I do not know how actually really effective that is, but that's what I would do. Grease them up as much as you can. Put them in, if they would wear a swimming cap. I know the swimming cap is plastic, but quite frankly, it'll keep buckets of chlorine from getting into the scalp, etc. So I would grease them up. And then the next thing I would do, I would certainly shower them off in a filtered shower as soon as possible to do that. And then I would include, heck, you might want to do an Epsom salt bath after the chlorine. Right? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm thinking what else you can do. I mean, detoxification protocols. So those are the baths. That's castor oil pack on the liver. That's oil pulling for people who don't have amalgams. That is saunas. That's also, what else? That's enemas. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but that's what I would do first, is grease them up before they get in and every time they come out, right? That's the way I would do it. And then when they get home, I don't know, offer a bucket of cabbage tonic, a bunch of sauerkraut, really up the probiotics. Because remember, I would up the probiotics going in internally. I would also up the probiotics on the skin. So how do you do that? Well, I mean, most of us don't make enough milk kefir to have our children bathe in it. But heck, that would be great. You could repopulate under their arms. You could repopulate their nostrils. You could repopulate their mouth. You could repopulate their groin with kefir, milk kefir. It's a great thing to do. I would think in terms of repopulation. So I would do protection and then protection, cleansing, repopulate. Those are the 3 pieces I would really focus on as we're going into the summer. I hope that was helpful, Roseanne. All right, hello, Nina. Hello, Britt. Britt is here. Hello, Adriana. Adriana is here. Hooray. Amina is here. Hooray. Alyssa is here. Hello, Alyssa. Long time no see. Good to have you. Allie Rose is here. Hello, Allie Rose. Hello, Uma. Hello. Anna Maria. I talked about amalgams early on. I'm happy. Hope you get that. Hello, Noor. Noor or Noore? Asma, Noor. All right, Nicole is here. Everybody's here. Let me see what I can find. Let's get a move on over here. Okay. La, la, la. All right, Britt. Just wanted to say I experienced a strong detox reaction after an infected wisdom tooth removal, and the intro diet got me out of the hole. Excellent. Thank you, Britt, so much. It was a bit scary, and intro saved my butt big time. There's right there. Thank you for sharing that, Britt. Really appreciate it. So back to intro. Back to intro. Wonderful. All right. Amina says, my son has dandruff. What should I do? Dandruff is usually dandruff. Dandruff can mean that people need more fats in their diet, number one. But usually dandruff does mean a microbial imbalance, meaning usually it's fungal or yeast. I really suggest that you could do a couple of things. One is, of course, up the milk kefir. Kefir, kefir. More for your child. You can also rub kefir into the scalp at night. Put a towel on not a lot so they're dripping, but literally as like a salve almost. Just rub kefir into the scalp at night. Put a towel on the pillow. And that's a wonderful thing to do. You can do that 2-3 times a week. You can alternate with olive oil on the scalp. So milk kefir on the scalp one night Monday. Then you wash it out. And then Tuesday night, maybe you do olive oil, rub it on the scalp. Wednesday night, back to milk kefir. Thursday, etc. And then that's all topical. But at the same time, you would be really increasing the amount of lactic acid yeast that your son's getting through milk kefir. All right, here we go. Lee says, I wrote a 3-part series for Warda Harmon's blog. Yes, on mercury in dentistry and how to find a safe biological dentist. I can link them here if you want. I love it. Lee, do it. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for asking and thank you for doing that. I'd love to read it myself. Excellent. All right. Thank you for your generosity, Lee, and your research and sharing. All right. Hello, Allie. Allie says, Dr. Adler in Berlin, Vermont seems like a good biological dentist and only is charging my partner $2,200 for a whole mouth full of amalgams to be removed. I do not work for him, nor do I receive anything by referring to him, just trying to help people out. Thank you so much, Allie. Perfect. Thank you for that. There's also a wonderful biological dentist in Boulder. There's one in Fort Collins, Colorado, also, if anybody's out here. Oh, Britt says, sorry, I meant infected root canal. Okay, not wisdom tooth. No problem. Whatever the infection was in your mouth, intro diet got her out of it. So we appreciate your sharing that. All right. Okie dokie. So Amina says, we eat meat stock, organs, sauerkraut, berries, meat, honey, yogurt, kefir, butter, kefir cream, yolks. On no plant gaps. Okay, so no plant gaps would have no sauerkraut and no berries, right? Those are plants. Is there anything else we should eat to help gain weight? We really need to gain weight. So I'm not sure why you're on no plant. That's the first question. Okay, you can throw that in, then I can let you know. But just so everybody knows, no plant is really no plants. You're not even putting vegetables in the meat stock when you cook it. You're not eating sauerkraut. As far as I know, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm misspeaking, but I don't think so. Please don't let me misspeak these things. Go back to the Blue Book, Mon. Here we go. Blue Book. Let's check it out. No Plant Gaps Diet, page 186. Please check that out. All right, No Plant Gaps. What are you eating on No Plant Gaps? Meat stock. What else? Kefir, but not made from cow milk. Right? Yogurt, yes. Vegetable medley drink. Okay. Raw cream. Raw egg yolk. organ meats, fish, shellfish, no bone broth. We're all not doing bone broth, I hope. Please, guys and gals and everyone, do not do bone broth on GAPS. Thanks. Okay. Plenty of natural salt. Yeah. All right, so check that out, everybody. There's no cow dairy on no plant GAPS, and there's no cow or beef on no plant GAPS. They're too hard on the digestive system. All right. Let's see. Nicole asks, what is chronic diarrhea considered versus die-off when beginning this diet? I wasn't going at all. Now I'm having diarrhea. It's increasing today. I've had it about every 2 to 3 hours. So diarrhea can absolutely be a die-off reaction for sure. I would ride it out. So just everyone, diarrhea can be dangerous. The danger comes when you are dehydrated. You get dehydrated, you're just too much water going out of the body. So one of the things you want to do is make sure you're having enough electrolytes when you have diarrhea. That is, you can drink whey all day. Will help. We all know that, I hope, that high protein dairy, whey is pure protein. It's protein. Whey is a protein. So high protein dairy will help to firm up the stool, right? High protein dairy will help to firm up the stool. So whey is really great. You drink it throughout the day. You can also have yogurt. If you eat yogurt, that will help to firm up your stools, etc. And you can have meat stock with good salt in it. Make sure you're having enough high mineral salt. And so often people will experience diarrhea when they come to GAPS because the body is detoxing and it's letting things go. So diarrhea is not a bad thing as long as you do not get dehydrated. Yeah, or sore, you know, all that good stuff. So today I would wonder what you ate, Nicole, in case there's anything that you ate yesterday. You could have a stomach bug. Does that happen? Yes, good. I'm hoping your stomach acid is high enough that you don't get a stomach bug. I talked about that last week, folks. Stomach acid, importance of stomach acid. I would just work the whey and the yogurt and make sure you're getting enough electrolytes and let the body do what it needs to do. If you start feeling like you're dehydrated or weak, you know, take care of yourself in that for sure. But probably it could be either a stomach bug. It could be just a rebalancing of your microbiome. It could be that you increased an amount of probiotics yesterday, and so your body is recalibrating itself. Okay. When making GAPS shakes, is it okay to include different types of fats like olive oil, coconut, for example? That is ghee, coconut, and olive oils all together once you tolerate them, or would you suggest sticking to one type of fat at a time? I personally think it's fine for you to do different types of fats. Remember that the preferred fat on GAPS shake is GAPS sour cream. That is preferred. That's what everyone should be doing if you tolerate cultured cream. And then, yeah, so the GAPS shake, there's a reason why remember, folks, that GAPS sour cream or cultured cream is full of microbes. It's fat and microbes and enzymes and calcium and lots of other things. So when you start flipping out other fats, we can use coconut oil or tallow or another fat in place of GAPS sour cream so that you have the fat in the shake, but it's not preferred. So I hope that's helpful. So yes, you could do that, but remember what you're losing by not having sour cream, cultured cream, GAPS cultured cream, sour cream in that GAPS shake. Okay. The best tips for traveling on GAPS is on my website. No, it's on my publisher's website. It's called, my publisher is called Selene River Press, SELENE riverpress.com. You can look for my blog there, Simply Being Well, and I have a traveling on gaps. So everyone can take a look at that. It's a great article. Can saunas be beneficial or is there caution? Carol, yes, saunas can be beneficial. And I always tell people, mind your body. So what could happen in a sauna? You could be in there too long for yourself. You could sweat too much and get dehydrated. So if you're going to do a sauna, make sure that you bring water and salt with you, right? Or you bring some kind of water with a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of salt so you can rehydrate. That's really the biggest issue as far as I know. Dehydration too fast and you're in there too long. Alejandra says, very helpful and good timing for me. Thank you. You are welcome. Is a holistic dentist the same as biological? You know, I think biological dentistry has its own thing, but what I would do is ask the dentist, hey, I have some mercury amalgams in my mouth. Do you remove them? And they should be able to say either, no, we won't touch that with a 10-foot pole, but here's a colleague of mine that does. Or they'll say, yes, we do that, but we have a whole protocol that you need to do if you're going to have them removed by us. If they just say, oh yeah, no problem, pardon me, I probably wouldn't go to them because then they're not actually getting the impact of the heavy metals on the brain. Hello, Annika. Woo! Hello, Philsan. Hello. What do you have to say here? Let's see. Hi, Monica. My ASD son is the GAPS intro. He's doing well, but we experienced a lot of reaction with egg yolks 4 weeks into it. So now we are in stage 2 and we can only have egg yolk once a week. Is that normal or should I increase it? So happy that you have your son on GAPS. Thank you for doing this for him. Blessings on your journey and everyone's journey with your children and your partners and yourself, etc. No, we want to get your son and anyone else. Adults should be able to tolerate 6 egg yolks a day before they get up to adding the whites, and your child 3 egg yolks a day every day. So I would really suggest to everyone when you're adding in a food that you're having reactivity to, that you add in a very little bit, maybe a very little bit of egg yolk one day, a very little bit of egg yolk another day, a very little egg yolk the third day. See how he's doing, and then increase to double the very little bit, or increase it in some amount that feels good to you, right? The 1 day, the 2 day, the 3 day. So I personally, as a practitioner, as a GAPS practitioner, would rather see the egg yolk spread out over days, because we're building tolerance, than just 1 egg yolk once a week. And then we increase so that the child can get up to 3 egg yolks a day, and then we'll do a skin test for the whites. Blessings. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Meg says, it's the bane of my existence. There is no natural bodies of water where I live. I know what you're saying there, Meg. I know what you're saying. It's the only exercise safe for multiple injuries, but I do hear you. Okay. Hello, Carol. Good to have you. You're welcome, Roseanne. Allie Rose says, I'm just not ever swimming in chlorine again. I totally get it, and I would agree. But up to people. We all make our decisions, and then we just learn how to balance, right? Hello, Jennifer. Good to have you. All right, so there's Lee's. Part 1, blah, blah, blah. Boy, that's really long and big. That's okay. Part 2, factors that make you more sensitive. Part 3, finding a dentist. Yes. Veronica says, sour cream is a fatty. Yes, we love it. All right. Leonie asks, can milk kefir cause diarrhea as a die-off response? Yes. I mean, diarrhea can be a die-off response to anything, folks. Most of the time, again, I'm generalizing, it is a response to new microbes coming in, and that will cause die-off, and then the body says, get this out of here, right? Hello, Kathy. Welcome. Hello, Caroline. Let's see what you got. Hello, Kathy. Another Kathy. Okay. Hello, Anna from Maryland. Yay, Anna. Mostly, well, yay, Anna, and yay, Maryland. Hello. La 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 la. Let's see what I can answer here. Can someone please put the current time in? Because I don't have my watch with me today, and that's a problem to teach again this afternoon. Okay, Caroline says, hi, Monica. I'm doing no plant gaps due to not tolerating vegetables or digestive enzymes, but I am struggling digesting protein and getting very dehydrated and anxiety in the morning from animal foods not digested the day before. I assume I'm feeding pathogens. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not tolerating digestive enzymes. I'm struggling digesting. So Caroline, I'm sorry if you put this up and I don't remember, but have you checked your stomach acid levels? Are you sure that you have enough stomach acid going? Thank you for the time, everybody. Now, next one I need is 11:25 or whatever. The next one, it gets to be 25 after. Somebody give me a holler, or maybe 28 after. Appreciate it. All right. I'm getting very dehydrated and anxiety in the morning from animal foods not digesting the day before. So, are you doing, Caroline? Are you doing hydrochloric acid? That's the question. Is your stomach acid high enough to digest all that protein? Question mark. Let me know what's up with that. I can go there. Yeah. Remember, too, that dehydration, folks, I'll start in a different place. When you are dehydrated, usually it means that your body needs minerals. Not always, but minerals, right? So please make sure if you're dehydrated in the morning that you're adding minerals to your water. You're still drinking water too, right? So add minerals to your water before you drink it. Make sure you're having minerals, meaning salt. Add salt to your water. Make sure you're getting enough minerals. That could also be why you're anxious. It could also be why you're dehydrated. That's just something for everyone to be thinking about is, am I getting enough minerals? Probably not. So do use a good salt. Baja Gold is a good salt. Salt needs to be high mineral, 50 minerals or more that they tell you. And no anti-caking agents, no fillers, etc. So make sure you're doing that too. So how do you check stomach acid? So Amina and everyone else, if you go to the page and you go to our page, Ask the Gap Chef, and you go up to featured, those are things that I pinned to the top of the page that I'm hoping everyone is reading when they come. Okay, so I'm hoping everyone's reading it. And up there says stomach acid test in the comments. It has little flames on it. So go ahead and check that out, please, Amina. And also check that out, please, Caroline. Caroline Lilac. All right. Faxty asks, please could you recommend a good liposomal vitamin C? I don't use liposomal vitamin C. I would go to Dr. Tom Cowan's website. It's Dr. Dr. Tom, T-O-M, Cowan, C-O-W-A-N, .com. He has very good things there. I would look there for liposomal vitamin C. All right, Adriana says, hello, Monica. I'm taking 1 pill of Zypan with meals. That is hydrochloric acid from Standard Process, everyone, to increase my stomach acid. Yes. I sometimes feel a mild burning after the meal. It lasts about 20, 30 minutes. Is this normal while my body gets used to more stomach acid? No, that is not normal. We don't want your stomach burning. I would suggest, let me start in a different place. Are you taking it halfway through the meal or after the meal? That is what I would suggest. I know that a lot of practitioners suggest that you take hydrochloric acid at the beginning of the meal, but Zypan is taken halfway through the meal or at the end of the meal. Let's see if that helps. Adriana, let me know. Okay. Hello, Dawn. Good to have you. You're welcome, Caroline. Okay, let's see. All right, so Adriana, I don't know if you're still on, but if you're not taking it in the middle or the end of the meal, take one and take it. Make sure that you're taking that stomach acid, that hydrochloric acid, when you, only with protein meals, right? So it's not when you're drinking a mug of stock. I know you know this, but this is for everyone else. It's not when you're, you know, I'm eating a cup of yogurt. No, this is a meal. Like I'm sitting down, I'm having my meal. I'm having meat. So you're having protein, you're having vegetables, you're having fat. Middle of the meal or end of the meal, take one of your hydrochloric acid. Okay, hello, Edil, Mohammed, hello. Thank you for answering my question. This is again from Phil San. I hope I said it right. Thank you for answering my question. We didn't have a problem before. We did egg yolk with every meal and he was doing good, but we started to move on into stage 3 and the egg white caused issues for him. So we moved back and started again with egg yolk after a few weeks without. Excellent. Very well done. Remember that egg whites, folks, are in stage 2 also. So you need to get your egg whites in. And then stage 3 is when we start scrambling eggs. So you're going to go egg yolk, egg yolk, egg yolk, tolerate egg yolk, and then go to egg white. Make sure you do a skin sensitivity test with the white. Start very slowly. I think you're new to our webinar here, or whatever this Facebook Live thing is. Little tiny bit of egg white at a time, right? We start with very little bit, folks. Really little tiny bit. We don't start with a whole egg yolk or a whole egg white. We always start with a little bit, especially if there are issues, even if you've passed the skin sensitivity test. Okay? Good, good, good. All right. Amina, it's all there. So 2 things. I hear you. Please take the stomach acid test if you want to. It's a baking soda burp test. And then I did a whole Facebook Live last week on stomach acid. So go back and watch that. It'll tell you everything. Hello, Fadumo. Okay. Veronica asks, how long can we use drops from 1 egg yolk? Yeah, I know. That's tough. Good question. That's a real, like, logistical question, right? Like, where the rubber hits the road. So, what I would do is, if you have someone that you're working on getting egg yolks, you're starting to introduce egg yolks, and you have someone else who's eaten eggs, I would take a drop of that egg yolk and then go make scrambled eggs for the other child or the spouse or the whatever. You can probably, I mean, I wouldn't keep an egg yolk in the refrigerator for more than 24 hours. Just an egg yolk, right? That's raw that I'm dipping into. That's just me. I would use it for something else, for someone else who can tolerate it. Nicole says, I'm doing better with duck eggs against chicken. Perfect. I love that. If you don't do well with chicken, first of all, check the chicken eggs, right? Are they eating soy? Are they eating corn? Are they eating GMO soy or corn? Try to source better chicken egg. If you can't do chicken eggs, do duck eggs. You can't do duck eggs, do turkey eggs. You can't do turkey eggs, do quail eggs. I mean, try that egg yolk somehow, right? Remember, going back to, who was I just talking to? Phil San. So going back to you, maybe you want to try, if you have issues with, if your son has issues with chicken eggs, try a different egg. Duck, quail, turkey, something else. Yeah? Okay. Let's see what we've got here. We had one more question from up here that I didn't get to yet. Okay. It's so funny, Meg, because it's the bane of my existence that there's no natural bodies of water where I live either, which is why I want to go back to the East Coast so I can go in the ocean. Yay! Okay. It's just a little aside. All right. You are welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking, just looking up. I'm scrolling. Let's see what's going on. There must be someone. Okay, Amina asked, can I freeze yogurt or kefir or cream or kefir? Yes, you can absolutely freeze these cultured dairy products, these wonderful, wonderful, healing, incredible foods. You will lose probably 1/3 of the calcium and the microbes, But far better to freeze it and keep it than to throw it away or to lose it, yeah? Remember, too, that yogurt and kefir cream or kefir will stay in the refrigerator yogurt will stay, I don't know, a couple weeks. Kefir will stay. It'll continue to get sour, but it'll stay a while also. Same with kefir cream. Okay. Sweetheart, newborn baby. God bless you. Yes, you can freeze them. It's fine, Amina, to do. Okay. Aw, thank you, Meg. 1125, thanks for your teaching. You are welcome. All right, let's see. Meg says, I'm considering moving to coast in Mexico so I can swim. Yes. And one more thing, everyone. Just remember, sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. We're talking about detox things. I didn't even talk about sunshine. Please get your kids out in sunshine. You get out in the sunshine, right? We need the sun. Start slowly. Don't get sunburned, but we need the sun. Hello, Paloma is with us. Okay. Does whey have less protein than yogurt? So whey is protein. Whey is protein. Whey is protein. You've dripped it out of yogurt or kefir. You've taken it out. You've strained it. So whey is a simple protein. Casein is a complex protein, if you will. So yogurt and kefir will have the whey in it and some pre-digested or partially digested casein in it. Okay? They're all three of them. Yogurt, which is cultured milk. Kefir, which is cultured milk again. And whey are all high-protein dairy. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Can an 8-year-old child have 6 egg yolks once tolerated? Yes. Your children can have as many yolks as you want. The egg is one of the most easily digested, easily absorbed foods for the human body if you tolerate them. Absolutely. Yes, you can go as many as you want. And let the child tell you, maybe the child only wants 4 or 5. You're fine. You're welcome. All right, these are my last couple of questions. Hello, Jody. All right, let's see. Anna says, I did an enema after 3 days of no BM. Oh, would you please do an enema after 1 day of no BM, everybody? 1 day. One day. Okay? We want to do an enema after 1 day of no BM, not 3 days. Okay, a liter over 3 rounds, sometimes held in. Okay, so nothing came out, but I feel something. Okay, so here's the deal, Anna. We do not hold basic enemas. We don't hold them at all. We do a whole liter of warm water that is warmer than body temperature. And we add a teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of salt. And then we let it in and we let it out. We don't try to hold a basic enema. All this is in both the yellow book and the blue book, folks, if you're interested. Please do an enema after 1 day of no BM. Because if not, you're just toxing. You're just putting toxins through your body. Okay, and the only enemas that we hold, really, are, God, I did a whole thing on enemas a long time ago. But certainly we try to hold coffee enemas. Wait, I misspoke. Basic enemas are done at a temperature that is a little bit lower than body temperature. So maybe 97 Fahrenheit, 98. But, okay, coffee enemas, which is one that we hold, is done warmer than body temperature. So you can hold it. All right, everybody, just so it's a nuance that you should know. When you're doing a basic cleansing enema, it's done with salt and baking soda, a teaspoon of each per liter of water. And you make it a little bit cooler than body temperature, just a hair. You don't shock the system, but you also don't want the body to retain it, right? And then coffee enemas are done warmer because we want to retain that as long as we can, and then release. All right, so I would do another enema today or tomorrow. I would also be doing abdominal massage with oil on your belly, up, over, down, up, over, down. We all know abdominal massage, right? Up the right side of your body, over the transverse colon, down the left side of your abdomen, right? Up, over, down with oil at night. So Dr. Natasha has a pretty cool, I think it's a 3-step process in here. You do an enema. I'm forgetting the order. You do an enema, then you do an Epsom salt bath, and then you do an oil massage on the abdomen. That's what I would do. I would look in the blue book under bowel management. It's all laid out right there for you. Okay? All right. All right, I think we need to close. Let me answer these last things quick. She was traveling, so I couldn't do it earlier. Got it. I couldn't fit the whole liter in without leaking out. That's fine. You don't have to. Get in what you can, get out. Get in what you can, get out. Get in what you can, get out. I've only ever had anything come out after holding. All right, well, work with it, Anna, but also look at that 3-stage thing you can start doing with the abdominal massage and the Epsom salt baths. And I would also try magnesium. Buckets of it if you can. Maybe not buckets, but certainly start some magnesium. If the basic enema won't come out, Dawn says, you may be dehydrated. Excellent. Thank you for that point, Dawn. There you go. You may be dehydrated. Your body might need that water. All right. And how many egg yolks, Anna Maria asks, can a 1-year-old baby have? I don't know, 1, 2, 3. How many do they want? Yeah. I would be grating some frozen raw liver into that egg yolk, Anna Maria. That's the first food in the Weston Price diet. All right, this is my last question. I used to collect my egg whites, which I do not use raw for some days in the fridge, and then use it to bake something or use it scrambled. That is fine. Did not have issues with it, so keep it for some days in the fridge, but would not eat raw after keeping it in the fridge. Excellent. Yep, you can do that. That is just fine to do, Anna Maria. Good idea. All right, the water comes out, but it's clean, but I feel a stool. Yeah, I would try those other things, Anna. Again, I would not hold a basic enema. It's not meant to be held. It's meant to move. Certainly not 15 minutes. I would only hold coffee enemas, and then look at all the other great enemas Dr. Natasha has in here. You can also add probiotics to your enema. You can add GAP sour cream to your enema. You can add kefir to your enema. You can do things like that. Those you would add to the coffee enema. All right. Yes, magnesium is a good idea for Anna. All right, everyone. Thank you for being with me today. It's great to be back in the saddle, if you will, back with all of you. I really appreciate those of you that have been helping each other out on the page. Again, if you have, remember, this page is not about accessing a GAPS practitioner for in a way, let me say it a different way. Yes, you're accessing me, but if you're not my client and I don't know your background, there's only so much I can tell you on the page. So, yeah, I'll do my best. All right, everyone. You're welcome. Good to see you. Meg, Dawn, Anna, everybody, right? Anna Maria, Jody, Adriana, Meg, right? Fatsy, I think that's right. Niska, Paloma, Phil San, Veronica, Nicole, everyone that was here. Thank you so much for being here. Annika was here. Meg was here. Edil was here. Everybody, Kathy was here. Another Kathy. Leonie was here. Veronica, Lee. Thank you, Lee, for your work with the holistic dentistry. We love that. And Carol, everyone. Ali Rose, Alejandra, Nadia, lots of these lovelies. Okay, dear ones, take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week. Blessings on all you're doing, on you, on your children, on your food, on the farmers, on the earth. Happy Mother's Day to all those moms that I didn't get to say it to. And blessings to all of you. Okay, you're welcome. See you next week, all. Bye now. Bye.